on the Super Celebrity Hotline. It's Lewis Black, famous comedian, one of my heroes, one of the funniest, most, I don't know, sardonic, a nice word, I don't know, but it counts in this case, and the smartest comedians working today. Lewis, thanks for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And by the way, hold on, I almost choked on my own thought. Lewis is going to be in Chicago. Let me get the plug out of the way, because this is good, just in case Lewis has to run. He's going to be here the 15th of this month through the 19th of this month, and it is August already, at the City Winery in Chicago, 1200 West Randolph. It's a new facility for this kind of thing.
It's a winery, not a winery, right? There's no H in there.
But you may turn it into both, right?
All right.
It's good.
Excellent.
It's a good place. It's a great place, actually.
Yeah. It'll be a lot of fun. All right, so now, Lewis, I don't know if you're familiar with what goes on here in Chicago, but there has been a lot of news of late coming out of here. You got the Chick-fil-A controversy, and today
that's really important, really vital to our national dialogue. Absolutely vital, absolutely necessary. To be sure, today's Chick-fil-A Appreciation Day. Please mark that on your calendars, and tomorrow they're going to go in and kiss there. It's Chick-fil-A. We're going to go kiss in the Chick-fil-A. Seriously, we're going to hell in a handbasket. And this is this has been on the news. I've been watching this cycle. They cycle it in every 15 minutes. Shut up!
Lewis, there are helicopters hovering, news helicopters, valuable media resources hovering over the Chick-fil-A's in most major American cities today, chronicling the people
down south.
No, there's here, too.
Racing to Chicago?
Oh, sure. Well, the problem is Chicago got in the middle of this because there was an alderman from the Chicago City Council that was going to deny a license to a Chick-fil-A to open because he was offended by what the owner dude said. And then the mayor jumped in and said, this Chick-fil-A doesn't have Chicago values, which made everybody in Chicago stop, pause, and think about what are Chicago values. We all began to laugh, and then we moved on. Because let's face it. This is not the kind of place that this is not the kind of place that's really not known for our values of basic mass murder, bordering on genocide in this city, and political corruption, and two governors, one from Chicago, the other one from a little further downstate, but certainly compromised by other Chicago power brokers, in prison.
Yeah, well, the other thing is, my feeling about this is, I still feel like there's certain things that anybody can think whatever they want. I mean, you can have the darkest thoughts you want. I mean, you can go much further than the Chick-fil-A guy in terms of what you're thinking. Just zip it, okay? Zip it, all right? If you believe that, that's fine. It's your religious belief, that's fine. Okay? Keep it in your church, and if you really believe in what you believe in, then they will go to hell. And you don't have to worry about it. And you certainly don't have to bother a Jew with this nonsense. Why don't you Christians, go on and on about it? Oh, my God.
I'm really not put it in that perspective, but now that I think about it, you're right. Let's face it, it's a lot of mishigas, and who needs it?
It really is unnecessary. I mean, I've said what I've said about it. I think they can tell me it's what, they've read about it, they think it comes from the Old Testament. Well, you know what? I've said this before, I'll say it again. It's not their book. It's the book of the Jewish people, and it wasn't enough for the Christians, so they came up with a whole new book. Well, that's your book, okay? And keep out of our book and don't use it.
Yeah, well, in our book,
not your book.
Our book has way. Our book has way more special effects too. You would do that old school stuff. Oh, he's 600 years old, no proof.
Yeah, we got a different God. Our God was like scaring us, really scary. And then you had to come up with a Christian God for the rest of the people who needed a likable God.
Right, yeah. Your guy was, everybody was getting, he would smite people. We had a guy that could do special effects. He's giving all the wine you want. He's levitating. I don't know.
He's doing great stuff.
He's doing good stuff, I tell you.
He would be gigantic in Vegas right now. That's all I can say.
Like, no kidding.
Louis, I gotta ask you about some of the stuff. Speaking of these sort of manufactured controversies, it seems like every other week some comic says something either on Twitter or on stage, and then everyone decides that they should be banished from humanity because they dared tell it. And as you've kind of pointed out and you've kind of demonstrated in your act over the years, I don't know if people realize this, but comics are a little dark and disturbed.
Yeah, I know. That's what we do. And the thing is, the problem is it's been since, the first real notification of it was the Janet Jackson and that incident, because they went, look at what, the horrible thing happened at the Super Bowl. Horrible. Somebody saw her breast, but let's show it again. Let's show it again. Let's show it again. Let's show it again. They show it over and over again. Somebody standing in a comedy club, first off, they shouldn't be saying some of the, stuff that kind of comes out of their mouth from time to time. But they're saying it to the group of people in that room. It was never designed to be said, and now it apparently is for the whole world to listen to.
Right, because some guy's holding up a camera back there.
Right.
And I'm just, and I have to say that for me, I don't really look over my shoulder a lot, but every so often I go, I'll get off stage and go, boy, I said something there tonight, and I could, and it could, and tomorrow it could come back and bite me. But I think in the end, nobody pays attention to me, so it's great. Great. They just think I'm crazy, which is fine.
Well, but what has happened now is there are guys, and I generally go with, because that's what talk show hosts do too. You say a lot of things. We say a lot of things. It's 4 hours a day, for God's sake.
I know. Well, we're gonna, the Jesus is a Vegas act. We're gonna get. There's tweets going out now. Oh no!
Yeah, I didn't say it was a Vegas act. I said he'd kill in Vegas.
I did.
But anyway, and not that he would kill. He'd levitate in Vegas.
But then he'd come back.
But here we go.
But
here's the point. The point is this: but there are moments where I think it's perfectly legitimate to criticize, like when Dane Cook did the thing, which I think is a dumb joke. There are people still getting over this. There's 59 people shot, 12 people killed.
Yeah.
And America's not quite come to grips with the horror of what that was like. And then a guy decides he's going to have his YouTube moment by saying something like that. And a guy like Dane Cook, who is just one of those guys who's been around the business long enough, he knows what he's doing. And to me, it offends me in terms of its hackery as opposed to what it is that he said. But that's me.
I know. Yeah, well, it's also, when you're going to do that, I've never been one, except unless I'm absolutely sure of, that when you do, when you're going to do something, look, the basic thing about comedy, it's tragedy over time.
Right.
All right? Equals comedy.
Right.
So if you're going to do that, you better be sure it's really funny. That people laugh really hard and then go, oh, that's terrible. Not, oh, that's terrible and not funny.
Exactly. I realize we have just run out of time, but I'd like to do this all day. Louis Black, the 15th through the 19th of August at City Winery, a cool new venue. citywinery.com for tickets. That's in the West Loop, 1200 West Randolph. Louis?
Yeah, and Kathleen Madigan will be there, too. She's going to come do a guest set, so she's a lot of fun.
Yes, it's great.
I really appreciate the time, guys, and I'm sorry you got to go because that was really fun.
Thanks a lot, Louis. Appreciate it. All right, we'll talk to you soon. And come in while you're in town. Come hang out
see
with
us.
It'll be all right.
I'll try.
All right, thanks. And I know what that is. It's a Hollywood, I'll try. Oh, yeah.
That was way better than they usually say they will.
Given the choice of waking up at 3 o'clock because I drank too much wine or rolling into the studio, chances are I'm going to be passed out.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Thank you, Louis. Appreciate it. All right, now,
Take care.